Hi everybody, my name's Claire Robinson and I'm the founder of Basic Tech. I've had the privilege of working for companies like Google, Apple, Amazon and Electronic Arts, and just like you, I'm an RFS client too. So welcome to the first Tech Talk segment of this monthly newsletter. Each month I'll be covering a trending tech topic and also sharing some tips and tricks to help keep you and your family safe online whilst making the most of the technology that you own. So let's dive straight into two tech-related news stories from this past week. The first involves the software update from a company called CrowdStrike, which caused a worldwide IT breakdown. I actually experienced this firsthand when I went into Coles last Friday afternoon and was told that I could not pay for my groceries unless I had cash on me, which, let's face it, not many people do these days, because they'd had a massive system error. So this software update caused a coding error that sent millions of Windows computers worldwide into the dreaded blue screen of death. Now, if you've owned a Windows computer, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about, and it usually means it's time for a new one. So CrowdStrike, a cybersecurity company based in Texas, primarily protects large organizations and businesses from viruses and hackers. So fortunately, they fixed the issue within hours, but not before causing chaos at places like the supermarket checkouts, and unfortunately also in most airports too. Now, in other news, MediSecure, a company that you may have heard of, which was a former e-scripts provider, confirmed that it too was the victim of a ransomware attack back in 2023. Now, since then, MediSecure has actually gone into receivership, and they only revealed just last week that the scale of the breach has become one of the largest ones in Australian history. So it has even surpassed the widely publicised Optus breach of September 2022. So what this means for us is that almost 13 million Australians have had their data stolen, and the information that was stolen would include things like your full name, your date of birth, your Medicare numbers, your addresses and driver's licenses. So a lot of this data has now since been sold on the dark web for around $50,000 US. So I guess it's safe to assume that at some point over the past few years that all of our information at some stage would have been compromised due to a data breach. In fact, I received a letter back in 2022 as my data was part of a data breach with another big medical type company. So yeah, if you think your data has been compromised, and like I mentioned, there are quite a few people who may have had some or part of their data leaked in a data breach. So it's really important for you, if you receive a letter like I did back in 2022 from MedLab Pathology, was the company that I received mine from, to actually take some steps to protect your personal information and minimize any potential damage which may occur at some stage in the future. So I'm going to give you some top tips on how to make sure you stay safe if your information has been leaked in a data breach. So the first thing obviously is to confirm with the company or the organization that has announced that they have had a data breach to make sure that you actually were part of the data breach, and checking official communications from that company. And there's another great website that I frequently point people to, and that's called Have I Been Pawned? So it's, if you just go on Google or Safari and you just search up Have I Been and then PWNED, you will find the correct site, and I'll also put those in the notes. So the other tip is obviously to immediately change the passwords for your affected accounts. So you need to make sure that your new passwords are strong and unique. I really would like to advise everybody against using the same password for every single account that you own. I can't stress how dangerous that is in today's day and age. So a lot of devices have a built-in password manager. So I would use that if you can. enable that, and also enable your biometric passkey. So that means if I go on to log into an account and I put my username and password in by using the built-in password manager, I can also authenticate that by using a biometric passkey, which would be an iris scan, a face scan, a thumbprint. It's all information that is completely unique to me. So it's a really simple yet effective way to stay on top of passwords and protect yourself from data breaches in the future. And of course, enable two-factor or even multi-factor authentication on all of your accounts to add that extra layer of security. Now, plenty of accounts and online accounts and also social media like Facebook allow you to set up extra layers of security so that you do know straight away if someone else has found your username and password and is trying to gain access to your account. So without two-factor authentication or multi-factor authentication, that person would not be able to then take that third step to verify that it really is you trying to log into that account. Now, if you have been part of a data breach, something else that can happen is identity theft. And so you really want to regularly review your bank and credit card statements for any unauthorized transactions, and also monitor credit reports. And I personally put a credit freeze on anyone doing a credit check in my name with all of my details, date of birth and all that kind of very secure information. So the three main providers that can do that in Australia are Illion, Experian, and Equifax. Another tip is to obviously, and it might sound obvious, but make sure that all of your software updates are set to automatically update. It's not something that you want to have to go in and manually do yourself. You want to just make sure it happens in the background, and whatever device you're using, you get a little notification to say, it's time for an update. So shut down and restart your computer or your MacBook. It pops up on your iPhone or your Android phone screen, and you just follow the steps and let that update install. Do not put it off. Now, if you are also concerned, if you have been part of a data breach, make sure that you are cautious of emails, phone calls, or messages that ask for personal information. Scammers often exploit breaches to send phishing attempts. So phishing, not like for fish in the sea, it's P-H-I-S-H-I-G. Someone may have part of your personal information, so they may just have your date of birth, your full name, first and last name, and perhaps something like your address. Now, the rest of the information that they might want to get is something like your driver's license, credit card details, or bank details, and any other information that is particular to you. So make sure that you stay up to date with scam alerts by visiting ScamWatch, and also subscribe to scam alerts, which you can do if you just Google the page ScamWatch and subscribe to alerts. So by taking these steps, you really can better protect yourself from the potential fallouts of a data breach if you have been in one, and you can really safeguard your personal information. And of course, if you need any further assistance, please don't hesitate to email me on Claire, and that is CLAIRE @basictech.com.au. You can also visit our Basic Tech Facebook page, and also our website, which is www.basictech.com.au. And for anyone that is on Facebook, I have a private free Facebook group called Tackling Technology, where you can ask questions, and no question is a dumb question, and also ask for any advice when it comes to purchasing new tech or upgrading new tech, or old tech, I should mention. So yes, let me know what you thought of this video, and enjoy.